If you want to know how your investments can drive you further towards success instead of driving you crazy, well, stick around and I'll tell you how.
A Model T, baby, Cadillac and no round.
On August 31st, 1908, the Model T rolls out, driving innovation into mainstream America. On August 31st, 1908, the world of transportation changed forever with the quiet debut of the first Ford Model T from Henry Ford's Piquette Avenue plant in Detroit. But that iconic black machine, the Tin Lizzie, was the result of years spent battling skepticism and defying conventional wisdom. Automobiles had been luxury playthings for the wealthy. They'd been expensive, and they were fairly finicky contraptions that broke down as often as they ran. At the same time, roads were mostly rutted tracks, and the idea of the average person buying, no less operating, a horseless carriage was somewhere between impractical and completely insane. Yet Ford obsessed over one question. What would it take to put America on wheels? He pored over every bolt and bracket, insisting the car be durable, simple to fix, and cheap enough for a school teacher or a farmer to own one. Well, meanwhile, Ford's team, including the crucial input of people like Childe Harold Wills and Charles Sorensen, they worked relentlessly to refine the design and the process to build it. In the Model T, Ford fused vision with pragmatism. A car light enough for muddy farm roads and fueled by common gasoline, but built with interchangeable parts. Its real superpower, the Model T, was Ford's real gamble, building not just a car, but a revolutionary method of mass production. When the first Model T hit the streets, dealers and detractors alike were split. I mean, could anyone really sell cars to the masses? The answer soon echoed across continents and eras, and it would be a resounding yes. By the mid-1920s, more than half of all cars in America were Model Ts, and the world was changed forever. Not only by a product, but by the idea that innovation, when it's democratized and properly used, can genuinely reshape a society. Here then are 4 lessons for modern investors from the Model T's revolution. First up, let's not mistake new for innovative. They're not always the same thing. Automobiles weren't new in 1908. Dozens of companies were already tinkering around in that space. But Ford's secret was not just invention, but reinvention. He looked at what existed and he found a way to make it accessible, better, and more useful to the masses. Now, investors sometimes chase the next hot sector or disruptive tech, mistaking novelty for sustainable innovation and value. I'm thinking the 1990s tech bubble. But the real breakthroughs, well, they often come not from the shiniest gadget, but from the process and the boldest rethinking of how things can be delivered or scaled. This episode of the History Lessons podcast is sponsored by Victory Independent Planning. Hey, are you ready to take the stress out of your retirement? At Victory Independent Planning, we put you on the right trajectory with our exclusive VIP retirement glide path. Our smart approach prepares you for what's next by optimizing your sources of savings and income, your medical and healthcare planning, your advanced estate and giving strategies, risk management and investing, and tax planning. Let us help you glide into retirement with confidence. Text Glide Path to 239-567-5477. That's Glide Path, all one word, small letter G, to 239-567-5477 and receive a link to schedule a complimentary consultation. Do it today to start your journey on the VIP Retirement Glide Path, because your future deserves a safe landing. Next lesson, efficiency beats excitement. Long term, the Model T was no luxury machine. It was built tough, simple, and easy to repair. So Ford's assembly line wasn't glamorous, but it was relentless in its efficiency. So in markets, the most profitable portfolios are not the flashiest ones. They're those that are constructed with clear processes, with smart cost controls, and with patient compounding in mind. Cutting expenses, automating your contributions, and sticking to some time-tested fundamentals, that usually beats jumping from one fad to the next. Next up, scalability can change the game. Ford didn't just build cars. He built a system that could make and deliver them to everyone, everywhere, including those school teachers and farmers. Investors and business owners alike should look for opportunities that can grow, obviously, whether it's a scalable product, a repeatable strategy, or a diversified portfolio that can handle growth without losing steam. So remember this, potential is exciting, but scalability is what makes real wealth possible. And finally, beware the complacency trap. Yeah, the Model T ruled the road until it didn't. Because by the late 1920s, Ford's reluctance to update the design, well, that opened the door for competitors to overtake him. Success can breed stubbornness. Same for investors. It's vital to review, adapt, and update your strategies as conditions change. What worked in one era may not work in the next. The best legacy for investors, well, that's to stay open to reinvention, no matter how well the engine's been running. One final thought here. The Model T's debut was not the end of innovation, but it was a bold new beginning. Proof that with vision and persistence, ordinary people could access extraordinary opportunities. In markets, just as out there on the open road, lasting success goes to those who combine a clear goal with the drive to evolve, the discipline to run efficiently, and the humility to know when to shift gears.